Lawful Dodger and Romina Johnson, Moving Too Fast. Half Wower, Cold Weather Rescue Remedy. More of your text on how you're nailing 2023 as well. All on the way for you here on Radio 2 after the latest news with Claire Onacres. This is Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News headlines at 6 o'clock. Senior doctors say the NHS is on a knife edge, with some accident and emergency departments in a complete state of crisis. The British Medical Association says the situation is intolerable and unsustainable. Rising COVID cases and a flu outbreak have been blamed for adding demand to already stretched services. The Shadow Health Secretary Wes Streeting says the government is burying its head in the sand.
I find it completely inexplicable as to why, given the front pages today, given what we've seen throughout Christmas and the New Year, not a single government minister, whether it's the Prime Minister, the Health Secretary, has raised their head or shown their face to say exactly what they are doing to grip this crisis.
Earlier, the Education Minister, Robert Halfon, insisted Rishi Sunak was treating the issue as a top priority, but admitted more needed to be done. Russia's Ministry of Defence says 63 of its soldiers were killed in an attack by Ukrainian forces at a temporary military base in the Donetsk region. Ukraine says several hundred Russian soldiers died. The claims follow a New Year's weekend marked by dozens of bombardments by Moscow's forces on Kiev and other cities. Denis Ganza, a Ukrainian youth delegate to the UN, says Ukrainians are undeterred.
Russians have continued their barbaric attacks on Kyiv, and they were aiming to totally destroy our energy infrastructure. They have sent more than 40 drones just this night, and they have sent lots of drones in the New Year's night. But no matter what, we are still here, we are fighting, and we have managed to have a small celebration.
2 men have appeared at a court in Birmingham charged with the murder of the footballer Cody Fisher, who died from fatal stab wounds at a nightclub on Boxing Day. Remy Gordon, who's 22, and 21-year-old Kamai Carpenter will appear at Birmingham Crown Court again on Wednesday. Police in Scotland have launched an investigation after 3 people died in a fire at a hotel in Perth. Emergency services attended the New County Hotel at around 5 o'clock this morning. A dog also died in the fire. Chief Superintendent Phil Davison says officers are working to find out what caused the blaze.
Our thoughts are very much with the families and loved ones of those who have died and of those affected by this incident, which is clearly a very difficult time for everyone. Inquiries are now ongoing to establish the full set of circumstances of what has happened this morning, and our officers are working closely in joint investigation with the Scottish Fire and Rescue Service.
The 18-time Grand Slam singles champion Martina Navratilova has been diagnosed with both throat and breast cancer. Navratilova, who previously had breast cancer in 2010, will start her treatment in New York later this month. And a wandering walrus who delighted thousands in Scarborough on New Year's Eve has turned up 100 miles further up the North Sea coast. Thor, the first walrus recorded in Yorkshire, was spotted yesterday resting on a wooden pontoon at a yacht club in the Northumberland town of Blyth. The weather, cloud will build into western parts of England, Scotland and Wales through the evening with some rain in the early hours. BBC News, it's 3 minutes past 6.
Listen live on the BBC Sounds app.